to well, hey, hello team, my name is Monique, this is the Cauldron. Oh, welcome to a book review. And today we're gonna talk about Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas because you can't possibly be sick of it yet. I made a reading blog about it, which I'm going to link down below. It's mainly reactionary because I edited it for 700 hours and then realized that I didn't actually put a summary of this book into it. So that's what we're going to do now. And I'm going to give you my feelings. And then I'm going to put a ginormous blockery thing saying, here are the spoilers. And then if you want to continue reading, there are some additional thoughts because I still have many thoughts about this book. But here we're going to go. In Crescent City, we follow Bryce Quinlan, who is a half-fae, half-human character in a urban fantasy setting, and we follow her as the first 200 pages happen, and then there is a pivotal point in Bryce's life, which is very sad. And like I said in my reading vlog, please don't read the blurb. There is a massive spoiler in it, which I think could have been way harder hitting if we hadn't already known about it. Anyway, we then jump forward 2 years where a string of murders have begun up again, and the police of this city comes to Bryce and says, we need your help to solve all of these murders before this very large gathering. This world is full of magical creatures. We have the Fae, we have shifters. Yes, Sarah J. Maas writing shifters. This just brings me joy. We also have angels, who are the higher order of humans and are the government. And then we also have the Astery, who are guards, but also not guards because they seem like they're from another planet. And this magical realism world is just, it's weird. I'm gonna say it. It's weird. I think it's slightly inspired by Norse mythology, which brings me joy, but also it's Sarah J. Maas. So we obviously have mainly a romance in here, but it's also Sarah J. Maas's first foray into adult fantasy, adult booking, adult genre. It's fantasy with technology. It's urban fantasy. And basically, we have a whole lot of swearing. We also would think that there would be a lot of sex, and there is a whole lot of mentions to it. There's also mentions of drug use and alcohol and depression and suicidal tendencies. And all of it is just wrapped up in a really strong female character who takes absolutely zero shit, knows how to handle herself, and also Sarah J. Maas making fun of her old book, which I think is fucking hilarious. Alpha Hole is just... it's a beautiful bit of this book and I enjoyed it immensely. But we still do have some obsessive, very territorial guys. But anyway, this book follows Hunt as well, who is a fallen angel who goes on to basically bodyguard duty to protect Bryce during this investigation. And of course then there it's a lot of sexual chemistry, and then I'm not going to go further into this book. But what I can tell you without being spoilery is that there are so much to unpack. There is a whole lot of dealing with your trauma in this book, and I think Sarah J. Maas works with that really well. I think there is an overall really good character arc. There are some plot bits where I'm like, girl, you did not have to go there. We were doing so well. And then there are some fucking twists in the end. The last 300 pages skips by and you're like, what the fuck just happened? How did she take me for such a fool? Sarah, I'm thinking about how did you just suddenly go from to yeah, that's where we are. Basically, I fucking love this book. I feel like I need to read it again to really soak in what this book is about. And then I can like it. I ended up giving it 5 stars. I did go back and forth for quite a while about whether it was 4 or 5 stars for me, but I couldn't stop reading it. I couldn't stop to figure out, I couldn't just have a little break and be like, I'm just gonna do something else. No, I needed to know what was happening with Bryce and Hunt and the rest of this world. And there is so much world and I want to see more of it. I want more world building, even though there's some info dumping in the beginning. But literally, if you like sassy characters and slow burn romance, so slow, and sort of like the classic fantasy features, I would recommend this book highly. If you, however, did not like Throne of Glass, if you did not like ACOTAR, this book is not for you. Like, it just isn't. It's very stereotypical Sarah J Maas. There is a lot of like repetition of like character looks. There are these like territorial males, and there is, yeah, that's it. If you don't want to be spoiled for Crescent City, please look away right now. You've already gotten my review. That's the review. It's a mess. It's what you get. But if you want to know some more of my spoilery thoughts, please continue watching. Okay, are you ready? The first 200 pages of this book, I was like really interested in the world. Why do we keep having to be told that Bryce has red wine hair? Really fucking annoying. But I love Bryce. I love the setting, and Danica is like faulty and beautiful, and their friendship is just like giving me life because I love friendships so much. The romance is good. The romance is fine, but it was Bryce's connection to other characters that really stuck with me in this series, and especially her like connection to Juniper and her connection to Lebaba, and I was just like, ugh. But I love that. I love all of the little sneaky like hints to Norse mythology, like Midgard and the Astery, which sounds like Asgard, which is the plane of gods in Norse mythology, if you didn't know. Fenrir, which is Danica's last name, which I think Sarah J Maas is using as like a shifter last name. Fenrir is the giant wolf, which is part of Ragnarok in Norse mythology. And there are just all of these teeny tiny little Norse mythology sprinkles, and I want to know how she's built this up. And honestly, this world reminds me a little bit of like, you know, like Marvel's Ragnarok and Marvel's Thor. A little bit like that. It's just weird. There are planets, there are portals, and I want to know. Like, Sarah J Maas, you've sucked me in, and I want to know all of the things. I really enjoyed the slow banter feelings. There is obvious sexual chemistry between Hunt and Bryce, but I have more friendship feelings between them. Like, obviously, I feel like they're going to have sex, and then I think there's going to be some sort of betrayal in a future book, and then I think that there's going to come in another... There's gonna be another romantic interest, and then we're gonna have Bryce with that if we continue to follow Bryce. But what I am hoping for is that, sort of like Nalini Singh, who follows different characters with each book, I'm hoping Sarah J Maas will do the same. So I'm hoping this was Bryce and Hunt's book, and then in next book we are gonna have like Rune and the Witch Queen, who I fucking adore, and I called her that she was the queen from the moment that we read about her the first time. I have a nose for these things. Or what I really want is a Fury ACOTAR series. That book is what I want. Yeah. So I will, however, give my thoughts really quick, because that's what YouTube is all about, on the whole debacle of people being mean to Sarah J Maas after her live video regarding the next book in the ACOTAR series, which follows Nesta and Cassian. And I am just like, if you don't like Sarah J Maas, that's fine. If you have some valid critiques, completely fine about a book. Like, give your opinion and then move on. Or like me, like I can talk about a book that I'm like, I didn't really like it, or I didn't enjoy it for these reasons, but I'm not going to bash the author. Like, what is wrong with you? Why do you have to be a shit about it to the author's face? They are people, and they've worked really hard, and they give all of their heart and soul into these books. And then if you didn't like it, that's fine, but don't be a shit about it. That's basically what I thought. This is Crescent City. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you get a little notification when I put up a video, which I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then all the links to my social media is down below. If you want to watch more of my videos, you can find them on my channel. And then other than that, have a nice day. I'll see you all very soon. I love you. I'm proud of you. You're doing great. Goodbye. Pick up some of these books. Kim Harrison. She's hiding over here.